going to film a wrap with me video, and I'm going to answer some Christmas tag questions from many moons ago. I remember doing this tag years ago. I don't know if the video's still up, but anyway, I'm going to wrap Florrie's stocking gifts. So I'm just going to crack on and start to answer some questions. I've tried to make like a festive backdrop. And also, I'm sorry, but I just can't be in this because I can't set it up in such a way that my head's in it and that I'm wrapping. So this will have to do. You have my mouth. And I've got on the coziest jumper ever. This is from Primark, and I got Stephen's mum to get me it because they were there the other day shopping. Because we don't live anywhere near the shops, and I had admired this. It's really oversized. This is a large and it's like, whoa, big. But I think that's essentially the vibe, isn't it? Just nice, oversized number. We have just got her a stocking this year because we got her a playmat. That was like her main gift that we bought. God, it's over a month ago now, because she got to the stage that she needed a playmat. So we did that for her. It's gonna come with us to every house that we ever go to. It's basically like a rug, and she absolutely loves flying about on it. She can do like a 360 on it because it's nice and soft, and it's sort of slidey, so she can get around on it. So yeah, that was her main gift, and I've just done some little stocking bits for her because she's going to be completely and utterly spoiled by family, which is great, but also means that she doesn't really need much from us. So I've got her a few wee things that I think she'll like. Got some penguin paper. It's really thin, but I'm going to attempt to use it. I was pulling this one out earlier to get it ready to wrap, and she was proper trying to find out what it was. It's very jingly, but I think she's going to love this. So let's wrap this one. I don't really have anything else to put it in, but I might just kind of go like that a few times. I need to get the Christmas tag questions out because I haven't done that yet. They're on my phone. Apologies if you can hear rain. We are in an annex in this house, so you hear every single sound, and that's the rain on quite heavy. Right, let me find these questions. So number one, when do you start getting excited about Christmas? I feel like this is actually quite a good question to answer because for me it's always after my birthday. So my birthday is the 14th of November. And I feel like at that point, let me wrap this first. We don't have to listen to the jingling now. I feel like at that point for me, it then feels acceptable to get excited. It's funny because when I was growing up, we always put the tree up quite late. It was around the 15th of December, and that was just standard, you know, like 15th to sort of 18th. But then, you know, as I've like moved out and got my own place and everything, I have kind of adopted an earlier tradition, but I also don't know if that's just a thing that people are doing now. So like we put up our tree, well, we put it up very early this year. I quite like to do it the last weekend in November, but this year we were about the 18th of November, I think. I just feel like everybody needed it early this year because so many people did it. I don't know, were we just all in that sort of headspace where we needed a little bit of festive cheer. I do like to start getting a little bit excited about Christmas after my birthday, start to do things. At that point I've probably bought quite a lot. I'm maybe starting to think about wrapping things, sending out Christmas cards, finalising presents, that sort of thing. Right, let's see what number 2 is. Do you still have advent calendars? Yes, we do. We've just got chocolate dairy milk ones this year. But I am keen to sort of, you know the ones you fill yourself? Well, I've got one of them. And I might be able to put enough chocolates in it next year that both Stephen and I can use it. So I might look into that next year. And obviously when Florrie's a bit older, I would love to have a little individual advent calendar for her, you know, that we just put our own little sweeties in it and maybe other little fun things. I don't know, like I don't want to spend a lot on it, but maybe like hand printed silly joke or something. I don't know, maybe that's weird, but anyway, yes, the answer to the question is we still eat advent calendars. I'm not being funny, but adults need Christmas fun as well. Yes, now that we have Florrie, it's going to be all about her. More so, like, you know, most of the gifts will be Florrie's and it'll be about making her happy at Christmas, but I'm still going to have a good time. And definitely if it involves chocolate. I do actually normally get a more exciting advent calendar, but the dairy milk were on offer this year. The other ones were just so expensive, so I decided to go with the dairy milk. So there we go. That's my answer to that question. Can you hear that rain? So loud. It's really relaxing, but it is quite annoying if I'm like trying to film. What are your favourite Christmas films? Right, this is such a good question. We've already watched so many, just over like the last week. I would have to say, right, that my top favourite Christmas film is Home Alone, which is ironic because I haven't watched that yet this year. In my head I was saving it for like closer to the time, you know, get really in the festive spirit. I actually normally watch Home Alone when I'm wrapping presents, but this year my wrapping of presents has been slightly different because I've had Florrie and I've just kind of had to like roll with it. So I've not necessarily been like, right, I'm sitting down and doing it in front of a film, you know, it's just been as and when I could fit it in. But yeah, Home Alone, top favourite. I would say that my second favourite is Now the Holiday. Obsessed with it, love it, watch it every single year. Coming in third is The Polar Express, and I cannot wait until Florrie's a little bit older to get her into that. They actually do like Polar Express experiences for children, I think. Let me know if like you know anyone that's been on that, or if any of your kids have gone on it, because that is such a fun idea. And like, imagine how magical that would be for a child. Some other top contenders have to be good old classic Elf for a nice, fun, feel-good film. And we actually watched The Santa Claus last night, and I've never seen that film before. I'm ashamed to admit that. So that was really fun to watch. I actually really enjoyed it. And there is a Santa Claus 2 and 3, I believe, so we're going to watch those this week. I cannot wait to watch Home Alone this week because I haven't watched it yet this year. Controversial opinion here. I am not a massive fan of Love Actually. Now, I don't know if I just overwatched it or if it's just not really my vibe. I feel like I used to enjoy it a bit more when I was younger, but I don't know. I kind of find it a bit boring now. It was on the telly the other day and I was just kind of like, meh. Talk us through your typical Christmas day. I've not even been talking through these presents, by the way, but there were some ducks. There was that jingly thing. What was the last one that I did? Oh, it was books. It was little Bluey books because Stephen loves Bluey. And then this is a buggy book. She's obsessed with these little buggy books. So this is The Very Hungry Caterpillar's buggy book, which she will just eat to bits, but she loves eating them, so it's great fun. And she gets really excited when I read books to her. It's actually the cutest thing ever. I think she's going to be a little avid book reader as she gets older. Yeah, so what were we talking about? Typical Christmas day. Well, I'm going to do a typical Christmas day for my family for when we were growing up. We were never allowed to get up that early, right? We were never like the family who was opening gifts at like 6 AM. Nah. I think my mum and dad had a rule that was like no earlier than 9 or something like that. We would get up and like open our stockings in our own room. They would be delivered late at night, and it was always tights that were just cut, you know. And I just love that. I love that traditional cutting tights for stockings. So we'd open them in the morning. More often than not, I would open mine with my sister. She was 8 years older, but we would always open them together and be so excited. I think when we were really young, we would then go into my mum and dad's room with our stockings and like show them what we got. I do remember doing that, like, oh, show me what Santa brought you in your stocking. I'm so sorry about this rain, I really hope you can hear me. That's what we do. And then sort of like 9 o'clock-ish or whatever, when we were allowed to go downstairs, my mum would first of all go into the room. She'd have to check that Santa had been. It was the cutest thing ever. She would come out and tell us that Santa had been, and then we would go in and we'd spend the morning opening gifts. And what I think was really nice about our traditions were that we would sit and watch what everyone got. It wasn't like a rushed, you know, your toys are in that chair, go and open all your toys. It was very much a slow process. We would open one at a time, we would enjoy what the other person got, and that just stuck as we got older as well. Granted, it would sometimes take like 2 or 3 hours to open the gifts, but it was always a really nice thing to do. Yeah, so we would open the gifts, that would take a couple of hours. In between all that, my mum would go through to the kitchen and stick on the oven. She would then get the turkey in the oven, and we would just spend the day relaxing, like maybe have the telly on, be like looking at our new stuff. We would all take showers, get ready, get dressed. Some of us would stay in our jammies. There wasn't really like any rhyme or reason to it, it was just what you felt on the day. And then we would watch the Queen's speech around 3. By the way, this one I'm so excited to give Florrie. It's a little Rainmaker star. I think I showed you it in a previous vlog. She's gonna love this. And what else would we do? We always had like a later dinner. So our Christmas dinner was always like 7 o'clock at night. When I was growing up, my uncle always spent Christmas with us, my mum's brother. He didn't have a family of his own, so he always came to us, and it was so special and nice to have him. So he would turn up like later on in the day, sort of afternoon. Wow, that is so loud. Christmas dinner around 7, then like get the Christmas telly on, you know, at night time. There was always the, oh my god, this rain. There was always like the Christmas specials on the telly, and like Doctor Who and Call Midwife and all the just Christmassy stuff. So we'd watch that, we'd eat Quality Street. My mum's Christmas dinner every single year is sensational. She has got the skill with a Christmas dinner. Unreal. Especially those deep fried roast potatoes. Oh my goodness. And then she always does Christmas chocolate sauce to put over ice cream, to have like wafers, squishy cream. Oh, it's beautiful. She makes it with like Burnville cacao powder. I don't know how you say that. And I really want to carry on that tradition with Florrie. That is something I'm going to do, so I need to get that chocolate sauce recipe from her and maybe start to make it from like next year onwards. Just have a nice relaxed night. We'd probably play games as well, you know, if there's nothing that good on the telly, play some board games together, have a good laugh. Very relaxed. It was quite rare that we ever went out on Christmas. We always just did it with our family. Let's see what the next questions are. I'm actually going to run out of time on this camera. What do you eat for Christmas dinner? We eat the classic turkey dinner. Turkey, roast potatoes, mashed potato, parsnips, carrots, peas, what else? Loads of gravy, stuffing, chipolatas. Oh my goodness, like I want that right now. We only ever did one meat. Stephen's family do like 3 different meats, and that's always been their thing, but we never did that. And then, as I said, chocolate sauce for dessert. Do you have any Christmas traditions? Well, going to my gran and grandpa's on Christmas Eve was like our thing growing up. My camera just timed off and stopped filming there, so apologies about that. No idea where it stopped, so we're just gonna roll with it. What is the best Christmas present you've ever received? Oh my goodness, that's a hard one. Right, I'm gonna like think about that and probably come back to you. The last one is real or fake Christmas tree, so I'm just gonna answer this right away. Absolutely 100% a real Christmas tree. We always had that growing up and it was amazing. But the years that I've been out of the house on my own, I've always had this fake Christmas tree. Stephen got it the first year that he was in his own flat, and then we've just like carried it on and used it in every house that we've had. But once we get a sort of more permanent home, let me tell you, every single year I will be starting a real Christmas tree, because the smell, the vibe it gives off, the going to get it, pulling it out, decorating it, it's just amazing. Like one of the best bits of Christmas. I was actually thinking about this last night, because when we were watching the Santa Claus, there was a tree in it that had like all these are stacking cups, by the way, for her, which she's gonna love. A tree had like beading on it, and that was like such a thing when I was growing up. My mum had beading on her tree, and I love the look of it. I don't like tinsel. I've just got it on that tree because we had it, but the beads are beautiful. But I also really like a minimalist tree as well, you know, just very bare and plain and gorgeous decorations. I'm trying to think now about my favourite Christmas present. Wow, that is such a difficult one. I don't think there's like anything standalone really. There was one year that my best friend got me a gift and I cried, so that probably has to be in there. I had a very hard year. It was 2015 and I was just not in a good place, and I was like trying to get over that and like find out who I was. They sent me like this really cute present. There was loads of things in it, but there was this phone case for my phone at the time, and it was that quote from the Hunger Games that is, hope is the only thing stronger than fear. Oh my goodness, I was a crying mess just because it had been such a hard year, and it was like, you know, I needed that. And that's the end of the Christmas questions. This is going to cut out soon because I have barely any footage time left, but I'm going to show you the last couple of gifts for her. So her cousin Rosie had this gift and she absolutely loved it. It's like a rattle ball in a ball. So I bought that when I saw her for her. So I'm going to wrap that just now. And also this, which was from Mamas and Papas, which is the Grateful Garden. It's like another sort of out and about buggy book. You can attach it to things, but we can also just use it in the house. And it's all crinkly, and it's got like sensory stuff on it, like a little fluffy cloud, a little story as well, and it's got a mirror. She's obsessed with seeing herself in mirrors. And it's got a squeaker. Sorry if you have dogs. So yeah, I'm going to finish wrapping these. I think Florrie will be up soon, but I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it wasn't really like sensory overload, really annoying with the rain and the wrapping and the talking, but yeah, we'll see what it's like when I edit it. But thank you so much for watching. This was honestly like the only thing I could come up with today, and it's just sometimes hard fitting it in with Toots, but I've had fun. I've had fun answering the questions, and I hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you tomorrow for another one. Bye!